I was tuning my motorbike in my farmhouse driveway when Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, slapped a ban notice on my gate, claiming my bike's noise violated her rules on my private county land. Her notice was a chokehold, aiming to silence my ride. Karen, who'd gated my land, sent fake cops, and called 911 on my pool, had no idea my cameras caught her posting the notice. I was Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, tech founder, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, homeland security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, and owner of the lake, dock, and HOA itself. Her ban wasn't just absurd, it was felony harassment, and I was about to rally the entire block to approve my biking rights. I stood by my bike, phone filming as neighbors pinged by my security app gathered and raged. This wasn't just a ban. It was Karen's most clueless assault, blind to my control and the block's loyalty. My heart revved, but a sly grin emerged. She thought she could ban my motorbike? I was about to turn her notice into a viral victory, with the block's vote as my throttle. What unfolded wasn't just saving my bike. It was a masterclass in community power, legal dominance, and comedic justice that left Karen powerless, her HOA crushed, and Crescent Meadows roaring. My ranch wasn't just home. It was her roadblock, and my rights were the verdict. Karen's ban was her dumbest move, and the block's approval was about to burn rubber on her scheme. Crescent Meadows was a vibrant suburb, its frost-kissed fields, bustling markets, and my Meadow Mart Cafe, a fierce stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once plagued by rules on noisy vehicles and unapproved hobbies, it now thrived, with my 50-acre state-leased ranch and my farmhouse on unincorporated county land as its core. My motorbike, a sleek custom ride for farm patrols and community rides, was HOA exempt, parked under my Crescent Code security system, cameras and sensors I designed. I'm Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, tech founder of Crescent Code, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, homeland security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, and owner of the lake, dock, and HOA, with a fictional ageless fire. I'd crushed Karen 65 times. Buying Meadow Mart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her. Airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sister's bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, stopping her assault on my wife, Alex, ejecting her trespassing officers, shutting off her pipeline, proving my Lamborghini legit, turning my lawn into an obstacle course, outshooting the FBI, stopping her fake cop arrest, handling her 911 abuse, rescuing my kids from her kidnapping, towing her Mustangs from my garage, trapping her at my gate, burying her porch in mulch, spiking her SUV on my lawn, closing her trails for my hunting, proving I built the suburb, jailing her for hitting Max, rebuilding the Thompsons' house, turning her trails into my hunting ground, catching her spying on my yard, suspending her board for burning my boat, nailing her for her 911 call on my rain tanks, foiling her eviction over my cabin, burying her in pennies for her fines, towing her car for blocking my driveway, reclaiming my cabin after her sale, sinking her cop's truck with Grandpa's tractor, evicting her fishing club with Marcus, arresting her for breaking into my garage, busting her 911 call on my pool, stopping her fake cop arrest, and seizing her HOA with my deed clause. My HOA control and blocks loyalty were my latest weapons. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a fading bully, her clipboard a flimsy prop for her crumbling control. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she'd issued a bike ban, unaware it was felony harassment. My land was private, and my cameras rolled. Her scheme, backed by a desperate HOA remnant, relied on fake noise rules, blind to my ownership and the block's power. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, my sister, Mia, a nurse, my brother, Jake, a Marine, my cousin, Vince, leader of the Iron Riders Bikers, my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored the lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, Grandpa Joe, our tractor-driving patriarch, and Marcus Thompson, Navy SEAL and lake owner. Deputy Harris, my SWAT deputy, led the response, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a brisk November afternoon in 2028 and my farmhouse driveway on a county road, where Karen's ban notice flapped and my cameras recorded. Neighbors, alerted by my app, gathered in fury. Karen's ban was a crime, and her ignorance of my control was her fatal error. This wasn't just about my bike. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, it was a chance to protect my rights, crush her ban, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and roar with our spirit. Karen's ban was a reckless crime. Motorbike prohibited, her notice declared, citing excessive noise on my private land. I filmed, revving my bike, shouting, "This is my ranch, Karen. Your ban's illegal." My cameras caught her pinning the notice at sunrise. I radioed Harris, who chuckled, "Felony harassment? She's roadkill." Ellen, with Emma and Liam, texted my HOA ownership deed, saying, "Karen's out of gas." Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting, banning a DHS agent's bike? Prison. I called Agent Chun, who snapped, "This is FBI-level harassment." Neighbors swarmed, filming the notice. My forum post exploded. Karen banned my motorbike. The blocks voting to approve my rights. Hashtags hashtag Karen bans bike and hashtag Sarah rides free trended, hitting 195 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadowmart, showing my footage in HOA deed. Crescent Meadows rolls with Sarah, he said, hitting 200 million views. Lily handed out flyers about property laws, explaining Sarah's ranch is private. Karen's a bully. Karen's HOA cronies, a duo with signs, quiet zone, tried to defend her, but neighbors drowned them out, chanting, "Ride, Sarah." Mia shared my Homeland Security credentials, proving my clout. I shared my camera clip. Karen's ban's a sham. The block's with me. The video hit 2.7 billion views. Marcus Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted me too. I'm voting." His veteran weight rattled the cronies. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit arrived, inspecting the notice. "Baseless harassment," Chin said, noting its fake rule. I flashed my HOA control deed, live streaming. Karen banned my bike, but I own the HOA and the block's voting me in. The stream hit 13.5 billion views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a legend." Karen stalled. Linda arrived with a federal prosecutor, announcing Karen's ban is felony harassment. The crowd chanted, "Ride, ride," as the cronies fled. The FBI found Karen at her condo, clutching a fake noise ordinance. Harris cuffed her, as I called a block vote under my HOA authority. Karen rambled, "It's our rule," but Chun held up my footage and deed. "You're under federal arrest," she said. The forum planned a ride-free day at Meadowmart, with bike rallies and music. Karen's lie about noise collapsed. My bike was legal. The stage was set, not just to save my bike, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around her vote. Her ban was her end, and the block's approval was our victory. My ranch was a fortress of justice. Karen stood cuffed at her condo, trembling, as Harris and Chun reviewed her fake ordinance. The block's vote was underway, with neighbors signing my petition to approve my biking rights. The live stream hit 14.5 billion views, with hashtag KarenBansBike and hashtag SarahRidesFree trending globally. Neighbors packed my driveway, waving signs, "Ride Sarah? No HOA bans." News crews broadcast live, anchors calling a DHS agent's bike versus HOA tyranny. The air roared, and I was ready to bury Karen. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. Sarah's ranch is private, HOA-exempt county land. Karen's ban is a federal felony. He showed my footage and HOA deed, proving her crime. Neighbors cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying Sarah owns the HOA. Karen harassed her. The forum surged, "Karen's a fraud. Sarah's our hero." A viral tweet read, "HOA Karen bans DHS agent's motorbike. Block votes to crush her. Hashtag KarenBansBike." Karen yelled, "It's our policy." But Chun held up my footage, stating, "You committed felony harassment and interference." Her face crumpled. She hadn't expected the block's vote. Community groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's rights is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, "Justice for Sarah's Bike," hit 200 million signatures, with comments like "Sarah's a legend" and "Karen's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's leadership and bike are our pride. Karen's ban threatens us all." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $3.6 million and affirm my control. The crowd roared, chanting "Ride Free." The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. "She's rogue." Neighbors guarded my ranch, as Vince's biker crew revved their engines in solidarity. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. "Karen banned my motorbike, but I'm Homeland Security, I own the HOA, and the block's voting my rights." I proposed a ride-free day at Meadow Mart, with bike parades, music, and a fundraiser for property rights, inviting all. The crowd cheered, signing the vote petition. I shared online, "Karen's ban failed. Join us for Ride Free Day." The live stream hit 15.5 billion views, with hashtag RideFreeDay trending. Comments flooded. "Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's crashed." Karen made a last stand, yelling at Chun, "The HOA's above you." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. "You're charged with harassment, interference, and conspiracy," she said as Harris tightened her cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the FBI van. Jake's stream hit 29 billion views, with comments like "Bye Karen. Ride wins." News ran headlines. 20-year-old DHS agent crushes HOA ban with blocks vote. Lily organized kids to paint ride-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying, "Sarah protects our freedom." Harris secured my ranch, and neighbors cheered as the vote tallied. Unanimous approval for my biking rights. Chun verified my deed, and Linda promised county funding for a Crescent Riders sign, marking my ranch's status. The stage was set for a victory that would save my bike, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but the block's vote would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Karen faced trial. My motorbike parked proudly. The live stream hit 30 billion views, with hashtag KarenBansBike and hashtag SarahRidesFree trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving "Ride Free" signs as news crews filmed. I stood in my DHS gear, my roles as Homeland Security agent, police chief, and HOA owner now, a verdict, my evidence our blade, ready to bury Karen. Judge Torres, a federal veteran, called order. "Ms. Miller, you're charged with harassment, interference, and conspiracy," he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Karen's notice. The plaintiff is a Homeland Security agent, HOA owner, and backed by the block's vote, she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. Sarah's our rider." Chun testified, voice sharp. Karen's ban violated federal property rights and targeted private land. She showed the fake ordinance, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $3.6 million HOA fine and my permanent control. The crowd chanted "Ride, Ride," as kids waved painted bikes, symbols of our win. Tom showed my deed and vote tally, proving my victory. Sarah's block crushed her, he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Crescent Riders signed sketch, county-backed, to mark my ranch's status. This bike's mine, and Karen's guilty, I said, sharing it online, a wheel under a federal seal. The forum erupted. Perfect. Sarah's legacy. Torres reviewed the evidence, footage, deed, vote, calling it irrefutable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed it's HOA rules. But Rachel played her notice, exposing her lies. Torres ruled, guilty on all counts. 9 years for Miller for $0.9 million in damages to Sarah and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, deed, vote records was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. 20-year-old DHS agent crushes HOA ban with blocks vote. The crowd surged, music blaring as Ride-Free Day plans took shape. I gave the mic to Vince, who grinned. Sarah's ride is our pride, he said. Neighbors hugged him, guarding our ranch in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph, proof our community could outshine tyranny. As my bike stood ready, justice prevailed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like DHS agent crushes HOA ban with blocks vote and Sarah's rider's triumph. The live stream hit 33 billion views, with hashtag Karen Bans Bike trending for weeks. Fan art of my rider sign as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and biking groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying, this is about our community. Ride-Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, riding bikes, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Rider sign. Meadow Mart catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the ranch to my lake's bluefins. The event raised $16.5 million for property rights, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's bike shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $3.6 million and dissolved it, with new laws banning harassment. Karen got 9 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't ban like Karen became a local joke painted on driveways. My ranch became a tourist draw, with visitors snapping rider selfies. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting riders' nights with music and freedom talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's ranch, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini wheels, DHS patches, saying my fight inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, deed, vote records was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the ranch. The forum planned a riders' fest with bike races, music, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's ban into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to patrol my ranch, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Riders Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Sarah, Marcus, Vince, and Crescent Meadows, where bikes defeat tyrants. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my ranch glowed. Karen's ban had been a spark, but we'd built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my ranch, and my bike were our stronghold, proof no bully could stall our freedom. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand proud, revved, and unstoppable.